Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. Thunder here to defend the home court, playing host to the Eastern Conference. A look at the starting group for the Magic. Payton and Oladipo, the explosive backcourt pair. Gordon and Vucevic together in the post, and it's Fournier in at the 3 spot. Here's Roberson. Durant kicks to Ibaka. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
Well, it was a defensive issue for the Magic. They had trouble stopping opponents last season, guys. I mean, didn't really challenge anything at their own rim, and that's really what made it tough for them.
Fournier pass to Gordon. Payton. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game. You know, getting the ball inside early.
And it worked to perfection, Clark, on that possession. We'll see how that plays out in terms of being a big part of their game plan.
Now here's Payton following the shot by Kevin Durant. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Roberson can't hit. For the Magic, it's never a good sign to lead the league in getting dunked on. Last year that happened. They had that dubious honor, unfortunately.
You know, and in general, Kevin, I mean, the Magic were just poor on defense. I mean, they couldn't stop the three. Second worst mark in the league at defending it. And overall, the third worst field goal percentage against. So you know where their priorities were this past offseason.
That's tipped. And Westbrook, here we go. And that one's good. Westbrook's got his first points of the game.
A strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in. And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Ibaka, no luck. The Magic have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Payton right side. Oladipo dishes to Gordon. And Durant sends it back. Shot clock at 6. And Vucevic kicks to Oladipo. A drive by Vucevic.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne. You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Orlando making some changes. Andrew Nicholson, he's checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Hazanya in for Victor Oladipo. And Roberson kicks to Ibaka. One-on-one here. And Vucevic throws it down.
And that almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it now ties the game. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, it's back even.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoff.
No one near him. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. 6 points for Russell Westbrook.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing.
And, guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable. And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And up the court come the Magic on the break. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Now Payton after the missed three from Serge Ibaka. For three. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
For three.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Thunder trailing by 3. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Ibaka's got 7.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Here's Azania. Up in time. It's a tie game in Oklahoma City. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. What do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Russell Westbrook. Out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Durant in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Jennings can't get it to go. Wide open look. And it's Westbrook again missing. It's been said time and time again that playing in Oklahoma City is one of the tougher places to play in the league. Last year we saw it as well. This place, Greg, gets so loud when the Thunder are rolling.
And even though the Thunder missed the playoffs, the Chesapeake Energy Arena was as loud as ever. Really helps when you are the show in a city.
Durant, the pass to Adams. And the foul called on Jason Smith. That's his first foul. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Ibaka. Smith gets a hand on it. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Jennings leading the charge.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
That's his second personal.
And even though the injuries hurt the Thunder, last year at home they were still as strong as ever. I mean, a home record of 29-12 is pretty darn good. Unfortunately, they were in a very tough Western Conference.
Evan Fournier's checked in for Marble. That one is no good.
And part of why the Thunder were so good at home was their attention to detail on the defensive end of the floor. They were a top 5 defense at home. They had the best rebound differential in the league at home.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. Here's Robertson. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists now in this one.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him. And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
The Magic making a switch here. Oladipo's checked in. And Greg, you're right. Skiles is what, we'd call a no-nonsense coach. Makes perfect sense when you think about the team that now Clarkie's going to go coach in Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was great at developing players, and that's exactly why the Orlando Magic hired him. Plays with an edge, but... Woo. Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say, oh! Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these. These teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Ibaka throws in.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
And it's Smith missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Jason Smith. Aaron Gordon comes in for Andrew Nicholson. Hezonja, he's checked in for Oladipo. And it's Payton in for Brandon Jennings. Passes it to Hezonja. And too long on the shot. We know Oklahoma City has the stars, the big names, the offensive flair. But, Greg, this team, and you appreciate this, is a very tough defensive group.
Yeah, I think they've matured in that area. In the past, that wasn't always true. But last year, the Thunder really hung their hat on their defense. Top 10 in opponents' field goal percentage.
It's tipped. And Ibaka kicks to Durant. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, the Orlando Magic had a rough season last year. They managed to still be, though, competitive on the road.
They really had one of those years where they just seemed to play better on the road, maybe more comfortable, not as much pressure. Almost half of their wins on the year came out of town.
Marbles checked in for Evan Fournier. It's tipped. Outside Westbrook. Here's Ibaka. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And that's now 11 points for Serge Ibaka.
And part of why Orlando held things together on the road was they could get hot from the floor. Ended up in the top 10 in the NBA in terms of field goal percentage on the road.
There's Hezonja. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And, for the Magic, they still only had 12 road wins last year. Given the youth of this team, that's definitely something that can be built on.
And the first one at the line is good. The Orlando Magic didn't make the playoffs last year. For the 3rd consecutive season, Greg, they knew it wasn't a realistic goal for them.
Yeah, and last season wasn't really...
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
They recover it. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. The Thunder shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
to the paint. Here's Vucevic. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. Here's Westbrook. And that's not going to go. Look. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
I'll tell you what, he put together an entire highlight reel in that first half alone. Just a collection of spectacular dunks.
An explosive display it was, fellas. They might have to get the backup rim ready if he keeps attacking the hoop like he did before the break.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first two quarters. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Orlando, the backcourt is Payton and Oladipo. Gordon and Vucevic together in the post, and it's Fournier in at the three. Here's Payton for the three. That's good.
For three.
Payton's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Magic. Durant just inside the line. And Adams kicks to Westbrook. Goes back up. It's blocked.
What a sluggish, muddy start to this second half. Still scoreless.
Here's Fournier. The feed now to Vucevic. Misses from close range.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish.
Oh! Man, oh, man.
How's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway. Self-service.
the most magnificent alley-oop he could have chosen.
Yeah, and he pulls that one off, guys, to perfection.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life. Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ballgame right now.
Orlando making some changes. Smith checked in for Vucevic. Andrew Nicholson comes in for Gordon. And it's Jennings in for Elfrid Payton. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
The Thunder leading by 9. Westbrook kicks to Ibaka. And the foul called on Jason Smith. That's his third foul of the game. Durant dishes to Adams. And the call will be against Fournier. That's his first foul. Outside Durant. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And for long stretches of the season, the Thunder, they had a short bench early on due to injury and just having a short rotation. They did change things up, though, as they went through that regular season.
Well, for the Thunder, Greg, you're talking about, they did have to go to their bench more and more. And Clark, as the season wore on, their bench players were playing a lot of minutes.
Yeah, actually, they ended up in the top 10 in bench minutes played. The trades they made at the deadline helped bring depth to the team, and they took advantage of it.
When you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA. No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Here's Fournier. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, credit the D there. Got his hands up. Oh,
wow. Beautiful.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a... Swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Here's Ibaka. Breaks a big height bounce and goes in. Ibaka's got the lead up to 11 now for the Thunder.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Oladipo for three. No good. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Ibaka, the pass to Westbrook. Finish off the break. Westbrook's got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
To the middle. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Adams' shot is good.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Left side, Ibaka. A three ball. The second effort. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.